Welcome to week 2 of Math 120 online here. I just wanted to make a quick video and talk about a couple of key concepts in the course. First of all, if you have not already registered for my Stat Lab, be sure you get in there, get registered. Super important to get your account set up. We do have homework due this week. We have two different sets of assignments. We have a set of assignments from chapter 1, I think there are 6 of them, and then chapter 2, I think there are 4 of those if I remember correctly. So those are all due this week in my Stat Lab. Second thing, I wanted to talk about some, I guess, more authentic practice problems. You'll see each week within the modules in D2L, you'll see some practice, like chapter 1 practice, chapter 2 practice. And those use real authentic data sets that I've gotten access to, and I share them in StatCrunch, and kind of ask more authentic questions about real data and trying to answer or look at some really interesting things. For example, one graph that we're going to learn how to make in StatCrunch is called a histogram. And one of the variables that's in the data set, we have a big data set about Illinois schools. One of the variables in there is the percent of students that are of various races. So particular, you might look up at the percent of students that are white. So if we think of a scale going from 0 to 100, and then vertically we make a box that represents the percent of students that are white in that school, the histogram looks something like this. And so it's interesting here, this histogram says something very specific about Illinois schools. In particular, most of the schools are over at the end, they are where there are mostly white students, and then there are some students on the far left-hand side, there are some schools, I should say, on the far left-hand side that have hardly any white students. And what this says about Illinois is that Illinois is very segregated. And there are some other things that we could talk about there. But what I want us to do is not just learn how to make graphs. We want to learn how to interpret the graph and then to ask some questions about that. Well, that's interesting. What does that say? What does that actually mean? So those are the things that will come up periodically in the chapter practice files. You can certainly get a solid grade in the course, a B or a C, if all you do is the My Math Lab homework, you practice those, you look at the practice tests, which will be in D2L, and we'll have details about those when we get to that test week. But you probably can't get an A unless you do all of these additional practice that really dive in and look at these really serious questions. That's really what I would like everyone to get out of the course, and those are some of the questions I do when we meet face-to-face, but it's challenging to do that in an online environment, so I'm just posting them there. I have solutions available, and I'm not going to collect and grade those, but those will really prepare you for the exam so you can earn an A or a B. It's going to be difficult to get a B, an A or a B without doing those practice problems. So that is it. As always, email me if you have questions. That's the bulk of my time for this course. Since I've taught it before, the bulk of it is not with content. I already have that. It's about answering your emails. And so feel free. You're not overburdening me. That's what they're paying me for. That's what you are paying for. You can also stop by my office. In fact, let's go take a look at where that office is. All right, so this is me, my office here, D214. 214. That is me. You are welcome to come by and see me anytime you would like in the office. Well, not you're welcome to come and see me anytime during my student hours. Those are available in the syllabus, 9:30 to 10 in the morning, and then 12 to 2 in the afternoon. If you want to come outside of that, just shoot me an email. If you want to schedule like a video conference or something in the evening, I can do that once in a while. And so feel free to touch base. All right, good luck. Let's work hard.